And we're back. It is max effort bench day. And if you are someone who is running conjugate and you're doing it right, you shouldn't ever have to take a true deload unless you kind of screw things up. And at the same time, if you're someone who is running conjugate and doing it right, you should be doing max effort work every single week. So how the hell are we supposed to do max effort work every single week and never really need to take a true deload? Well, part of that is going to be strategically interjecting exercise variations that are really freaking hard to the point that they don't let you put a bunch of weight on the bar. And last week for me on bench, that was incline. And it almost worked too well because with the pec tear recovery, like the pec felt so sketchy on the incline that I wasn't even willing to get anywhere near true max effort, so that definitely acted as a bit of a deload for me. So knowing that, this week I think I'm going to run something that will let me get a little bit heavier, maybe a little bit of overload, but still let me train through a full range of motion, and still nervous, but also excited to see where we end up, so let's run it. That actually felt really good, and I'm kind of on the fence about whether or not I should take an adult size jump. Yeah, adult size jump. And I am very aware that it is lame as hell that I'm excited about going from a plate straight to 2 plates. There's 12-year-olds that make that jump all the time, but I'm still excited. And the excitement isn't coming from the jump, but it's coming from realizing that I'm starting to trust the thing again. Okay, 275. The pec, the whole shoulder, it still doesn't feel right. But I also recognize that it's not going to feel right until it does. And the only way I'm going to get it to feel right is if I keep using it and keep training it and keep pushing it and keep asking it to do pec things. And it's going to catch on eventually. It's just my job to make sure that I'm managing loading well enough while I'm doing that to actually give it a chance to catch back on. So 3 plates. You couldn't see the plates. I thought I was going to do a dramatic pan, but whoops.
Squeeze. Assertive. Yep. Easy.
Best 3 plates yet. And still obviously not great, but I at least felt like I could push into it there. And I figure I'll go one more raw, full range, whatever you want to call it, before I toss the thingy on. And just 345, so nothing too crazy. That was fun. With how good that one felt, the temptation to make this the day that I get back over 4 plates raw is very high, but I also know that I don't need to do that today, and I know that doing it today really isn't going to get me anything, so gonna stick to the plan, put this sucker on, and I have no idea what to expect because I haven't actually benched in this thing for 5 years, so we'll see what the hell happens. Might be really cool, might be really terrifying. So, Darrell's gonna spot close. Forgot how shitty it is to wrap wrists after putting it on. We're changing the order next time.
Yeah. Squeeze. Spread it. Hit it.
That did not help as much as I was anticipating. Smartening up and putting the wraps on before the slingshot this time. Okay, and I gotta trust this thing a little bit more this rep.
Let's go. Bread. Yeah.
Woo! Is it going? Going, okay, sick. Okay, 425, more of the same.
Good.
Let's go. Yep, mine.
Just the glass one. Confidence. Squeeze. Spread. Yep. Yeah.
Good.
Woo! Brief moment of panic because I thought that one didn't record, but I don't know if you could see it in the video. Definitely felt the left arm lagging a bit, but like it was lagging because the pec was fighting to push that bar up, which is really freaking cool because that tells me that the pec can contract pretty much near maximally and feel okay still. So it is definitely coming along, and like obviously 425 with a slingshot is not very good in the slightest terms of things, but we are well on our way. Stoked with that, and let's keep building shit up. And the quest for fat elbows continues. Go 245 next. And if this goes well, I mean, when this goes well, put 265 on. Yeah, go 265. Okay, that was probably a little too heavy. And triceps definitely aren't back yet, but they're well on their way. And I figure at this point, I'm at least in good enough elbow shape to handle 2 bigger tricep movements this session. So rolling dumbbell extensions next. Starting kind of light just to make sure I don't die. '70s, so still not great, but if you want to get better, you gotta be okay with not being great for a little bit. Or a long while, in my case. All right, one more here. And like peak strength on rollings was like 110s, 120s, 130s. It's hard as shit, but I was at least doing them. So we got to find our way back there. And time to humble myself even more with some inclines. That actually feels so much better than last week. I might be able to go up more. Yeah, I think we can go up more. And I don't even want to talk about where these should be, but as today is kind of proof, if you really suck at something, simply just training it more is often enough to get things rolling again. So, we'll keep training her. Keep it rolling. Get back to not dumbbell pressing less than my 130-pound wife does. And we're here. We got the rope machine, not a cable machine, so might as well do rope delts because we got the rope. And I keep saying rope, but it actually is a rope pulling the plate stack, not a cable, which you wouldn't think it, but this is like the best cable type machine I have ever experienced. So if you have a very nice rope, I don't know, it works better than a cable. I'm still talking. But the advantage of the rope slash cable is that the angle of pull in the bottom makes it really gnarly out of the bottom, which makes it just really gnarly. Whew. And I don't know what it is for me, but this mind muscle connection, connecty, squeezy, pumpy stuff is just so much freaking fun. I don't know if that makes me a bad powerlifter, but I do love accessories and really digging in and trying to be precise and getting quality contraction over just trying to swing weight around. Like that feel. You don't get this feel if you're just swinging weight. And I know there are some movements where I do swing weight, like the seated dumbbell cleans, prime example, but the intent of that is different than the intent here. Like that, I'm trying to be assertive in setting upper back. And that's going to be more like direct translation to setting upper back on a squat on a bench, whereas this is just trying to grow a freaking front delt. And if we're doing fronties here, might as well do some sidesies. I don't know what to say about a side rope delt raise, other than it feels nice. Tension.
Yeah, feel good?
Yeah. Pump is happening.
Huh?
Pump is happening.
Maybe we'll get a little bit more pump first. Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I know I keep saying I'm just going to use whatever handle someone leaves on the pull down, but I don't know how I feel about that thing. Like, how do I grab it? Do I go supinated? That might feel good. I don't like that. Pronated. That's at least usable. And I normally take Saturdays off, but I got a squat tomorrow due to some scheduling things. So I'm not gonna push these insanely hard because I want the upper back to be fresh for squats. I don't have to be a princess and wear straps because this bar is skinny and doesn't feel nice in my hands. Leading with the scaps. Saw Darrell curling 60s today, and he said it was because I'm pushing my arm work, so you know what that means. 65s. And yeah, that's sloppy, but his were sloppy too, so. I had to go down after this and do better curls. All right, 45, more load appropriate. Curling with my biceps instead of every muscle in my body except for my bicep. I don't know. I'm just getting adventurous at this point. I have not done a legitimate preacher curl in forever. And I'm kind of remembering why. Doesn't feel very contracty for me. I don't know, maybe it's getting there. Maybe it's doing something. I need to give it a chance. Okay, that's doing something. Okay, yeah. I will accept this pump graciously. Like at the beginning of the set, it just feels elbow. Like now there's like some bicep creeping in. Now there's some more. I'm like, okay, that's decent bicep. Okay, yeah. Let's do the trick. Yep. Ooh, baby. Do we got one more? We got one more. Do we got one more again? Yeah. I don't know if we got one more. Maybe we do. Nope. Since I'm squatting tomorrow, not gonna do anything too crazy for torso work. Just gonna take hip flexor raises moderately deep in the RP range. Not gonna try to die on them because I want to be primed to squat, not fucked up deep inside of me before squats. These are pretty good because I can train them fairly decently and usually have it feel more therapeutic than anything the next day. That's enough. Whoo-wee. The tricky part is changing feet without dying, but look at that, pulled it off. A-okay. Safety warning on this machine. Stay alert. Don't be careless. Sound advice. It's also supposed to be bolted to the floor, so I don't know. Whew. I keep like making references to where I was peak strength before the pec tear on all of like my upper body accessory stuff. And if you do that the right way through injury rehab, like I'm doing it, I do believe that it can be productive. But if you're doing it the wrong way and like you're thinking like I used to be here and like getting frustrated that you used to be there and letting it get in your head and then letting it allow you to make bad decisions in training or letting it discourage you from putting the work in, it's definitely not helping. And like when I'm doing it, what I'm really doing it for is to, number one, kind of provide context for what I'm aiming for, and number two, just remind me of where I need to be and what I need to be aiming for. Because if I didn't have those reference points, if I didn't have those ideas of like where my accessories should be to actually be strong again, I would have a harder time actually getting strong again. So it's like, in a way, it can be counterproductive if you're just like beating yourself down that you're not there. But if you're able to be like, this is where I was, this is where I need to get back to, this is where I need to keep plugging away so I can get back there, it can end up being productive. And like overall, this session, very stoked with it once again. I know I keep saying I'm stoked with it, and like I always am trying to find the positive in training, because if I just looked for the negative, I wouldn't be having a very good time, and I like enjoying what I'm doing. And again, like it's not perfect yet, and it's okay that it's not perfect. What matters is that it's getting better. What matters is that I'm trusting the pec more, and what matters is that I'm getting closer and closer and closer to feeling like myself once again. So I'll let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching. Gotta get to bed and get up bright and early so I can get some work done before I squat tomorrow. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I guess my tomorrow, your today, I don't know with the upload schedule, but we do have a special guest coming in for tomorrow's squat workout, which should be pretty exciting.